Hey crafty friends, welcome back to the Old Paper Lady. I'm Lori. If you're new here, hi and welcome. Thank you for joining me. And thank you all for well wishing and checking up on me. Today is, I'm going to do a quick video, putting it up a little later today, just because I've been having to do some medical treatments and stuff. I feel a whole lot better. But we'll get into that. Today is Mary Makes, so I'm going to do a quick video. We're going to make us some, probably some long tags. And I have this paper pack that, you know, came from the Hobby Lobby. And it's white on the back, and I'm fine with that. You know, we can always, when we get ready to put it in something, we can go and, you know, do some stuff on the back of it. So we're just going to work on this today. I want to make me some taller tags, and this is an 8x8. Paper pad. So with that being said, I hope everybody is doing fine and doing well. I probably am going to pull some more of these Line Dot Arrow Christmas freebie fussy cuts, because I did, you know, while I couldn't talk without having a coughing fit, I sat here and pulled and been doing fussy cutting again, trying to get caught up on my fussy cuts, you know. So we have that to work with, and we have some fussy cuts in there. So we're going to try. I still got some I got to fussy cut out, but we're going to try to see if we can't get something accomplished in today's video. Just have a little play of our Christmas stuff, and it's Merry Monday. So, and I'm just going to, because I think this would be pretty to take and put a reindeer on it. And then that's got a little sparrow bird. And then we have some that are elongated. Look at that doggy. Now that's what my Snoop's face and everything looks like, but he's white. Ain't he cute? That's why we can't get mad at him when he barks and stuff. He's, you know. Some of these smaller bits we can put on pockets and such like that. But yeah, so, but that's what I was wanting to work on today. So to start off with, I thank everybody, like I said, for hanging in there with me while I've been sick off and on and checking up on me and stuff. I do greatly appreciate it. Friday morning, early, about 4 o'clock-ish, I was, I'm going to cut this side in half and make us some pockets out of it. I woke up, I was not feeling good at all. And I was having difficulty breathing. And, you know, the stabbing pain in my ribs and that. And I went to the hospital, spent the day in the hospital Friday. Got there about 9:30 Friday morning and got out, I don't know, about 8 o'clock that night. And they did do all kinds of energy, blood work, any kind of fluid, nasal test for any and everything that they could do. So come to find out, all of the excruciating pain that I have been having and stabbing pain in and around my rib cage is that, excuse me, there is a, and they gave me the proper name for it, and I forgot it, but there is a medical term for it, like where you get the inflammation in the cartilage and stuff around your in and around your ribs. So that is what is going on, and it is seizing up. Basically, you know, like I'm having an extreme muscle spasm there, and that's causing a pain, and it is very, very painful. So they did CT scan and everything, so my lungs look really good. Heart looks really good to be, you know, as sick as I have been. So there is inflammation running from my sternum all the way around my rib cage to my spine. So then that, and there's, you know, the pocket of fluid in there that keeps irritating everything. So they're got me on a steroid regimen, and nebulizer and inhaler, and gave me naproxen, which is supposed to help with, you know, muscle spasms and inflammation and stuff like that. So, and this morning, you know, it's a little discomfort today, but not the pain that I have been having. So I am feeling much better, thank goodness. And I really want to thank that doctor that was there on call Friday morning that listened to me about, you know, my pain issues that I had been having off and on for, you know, a month. And he was really helpful and listened to what I was telling him that I knew about my body and what was going on with me. And he stayed until I got all of my results back. Now, mind you, when we went there, would you not know that the day that, you know, I went, their computer system went down. So they were doing a system update, and their system crashed and burned on them that morning before I showed up. So, and that was the prolonged setting there waiting for the results of the CT scan and all of that. So, but I was very happy that, you know, they actually listened and did the CT scan and did the blood work. You know, they checked me for any and everything, and I was very happy with that. And when I left there, I was in tears just for a simple fact that that doctor actually listened to me. And I was just so happy. And then he's like, you know, I know this has been very painful. And I was like, yes, pain is not even the word for what's been going on. I mean, this just hurts. I mean, it's just no way around it. And so I think I'm going to change that out, put something else on it. But yeah, so I am feeling a whole lot better today. Yesterday I had a, you know, choked up day. And those, he said, you know, it's going to take anywhere between 4 to 6 weeks for this to actually completely resolve itself. If I start feeling worse, come back. But, you know, take it easy. Don't be lifting. You know, don't be doing strenuous activities. Try to, you know, stay calm in my manner. And all of that. He said, because that will cause the muscle in your rib to start basically, you know, spazzing and seizing up again. I don't know if I want to put that there or not. So that's where I have been, and that is what's going on with me at this current stage. So I do feel, like I said, a whole lot better. And hopefully we've got us a doctor that had, you know, that listened to me, and I am I want to put jingle bells on that, but I don't think so. So yeah. So hopefully I won't have to listen to me fuss too much more about how much pain I'm in. So hopefully we'll get it. I'm just going to put blessed on that. I was looking for maybe a sleigh ride or something, but I don't have one, I don't think. I like that better on there. Like jingle bells. But yep. So hopefully I'm on the mend again. And that is it feels so good to be able to actually laugh and not be worried about, you know, I'm going to get a stabbing pain in my ribs. I think I want to do this. Trying to find a red one. I guess we can put that on there. That'll be pretty. I like that. Now these are not real thin papers, so I'm not gonna, you know, worry about backing them. They are thinner, but they are not, you know, super duper thin. So I think those will be pretty. And I may not do a whole bunch here. I just wanted to, you know, give all of you an update and let you know that I am still kicking. I'm doing okay. And he was saying, you know, that with the steroids that would help, you know, get the inflammation out, get the fluid out. And I'm not going to say that, you know, had the doctors before him listen to me and put me on steroids, you know, the initial month ago when the excruciating pain in the ribs started, that I wouldn't had to went through this month of pain. But I firmly believe that. So, but you know, I've been having, like, I'll get out of work and I'll have to start having this breathing issue and cannot get my breath, and I try to cough and it just feels like I'm just getting stabbed with a knife in my ribs. And then I just can't, you know, can't get my breath and start having wheezing and this and that, basically, you know. And then I think it's causing a come on of a panic attack too, because it's so much pain. And I'll go over there in the nighttime, you know, and they're like, they don't want to run any tests, they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that. They'll appease me every once in a while and did an x-ray 2 out of the 6 times that I've been in the last 2 months. And then they'll come back and be like, you know, well, we think it's this. But yeah. But this doctor in the morning shift, listen, now the ones that were there in January when I had pneumonia and they give me the nebulizer, which, you know, he said maybe that I shouldn't have, I shouldn't have been taken off of that as soon as I was. He said, because, you know, once the inflammation and all that starts setting up in the rib cage, it's hard to get it out, especially if you keep coughing. And, you know, basically it's like a muscle pain. It's like a pulled muscle. And I was like, well, it feels like I'm having a heart attack. I mean, that's really what I was getting worried about, that maybe it was something wrong with my heart, because it would cause so much pain I would just double over and just cry. I mean, honestly. But, and I do have a high tolerance of pain. I had 2 of my babies natural, because one of them, the epidural, didn't kick in until after she was born. I couldn't walk for a day and a half. They had to keep me in the hospital an extra day just because the epidural kicked in. I couldn't feel my legs. So that was the first baby. The second one, I was having back contractions, and I just thought I was just having, you know, my regular old degenerative disc back pain. Well, come to find out I was in labor. Went there and he was hung and in the birth canal, and they had to straighten him up. So yeah, that was very painful. And the last one baby I had, they gave me, she had a enlarged bladder, and her placenta had a tumor on it, and it busted pre-delivery. So I started bleeding, and they were giving me stuff for my blood pressure, which basically kept me knocked out. And then I just woke up and looked at the nurse, and I was like, I think I need to push. And she's like, okay. And that's pretty much all I remember until about 2 days later, because the next morning after that, they took me and I got my tubes tied. And then, because you know, where my back is in such rough shape, it was better health-wise for me to do that. So then, I felt like I got ran over by a Mack truck for 2 weeks after that. I mean, I was so sore. was like, yeah, you know, I do kind of, you know, have a high tolerance for pain. But this is, you know, this is pain like, the only way I can describe it is like just being stabbed constantly in your ribs. That's really what it felt like, every breath. So, like I said, yesterday, you know, was kind of choked up. Couldn't really talk a whole lot without coughing. And today, I woke up with a little choked upness first thing this morning. But, you know, after you know, a few coughs, no pain, I was like, shut up. Like, I can cough and laugh and not have a coughing fit. Hush your face. Maybe I'm on the mend today. I think those are going to be cute. I love that. I like that a bit. So we got those. Let's see what else we got in here. I think I'm going to put Rufus dog here on that. And I think that little birdie would be pretty there. And then when we get our stamping stuff out for Christmas, we can put, you know, December the 25th or what have you on there. Something like that. And then I think that would be cute. So let's use this one. Yep, I think I like that a bit. So, let's see, what do we want you to be, buddy? Be 3.5. And this is the most I've talked since Friday. So if I sound a little raspy, I'm sorry. I think we'll do the same thing. We'll make us some 4-inch pockets out of this. Now, these, even though, you know, they probably will not be put, you know, the pockets will be in the tag, but, you know, I'm not going to do this together, you know what I'm saying? It'll be used in the same journal type situation. I'm going to get my, I'm going to get me some labels. I can't even talk. Labels. Let me get some my labels. I'll be right back. Because you know how you sit down and start to work and you're like, oh, well, I got this and this and this. I'll just use that. Well, you know, then you want to use some of this beautifulness here. That would be pretty in itself. And these are from the Junk Journal Studio. I can spit my words out. I think that would be cute on there. And then, you know, of course, I have my my horizontal words here. And I really do need to get the fussy cutting on. But yeah, so I think that's going to be real pretty. And that actually could be on there by itself, but I want this bigger one here. I think I'm going to put the dog on a pocket and put Santa Claus is Coming to Town on a pocket. That would be cute. Then we need a oh look, there's a reindeer. Let's see what we got. Festive-y looking here. I love these plaid things. Let's see. And some of them are super duper small. Alrighty, so I think I'll do that on there. I think that'll be pretty with the doggy. What y'all think? I like that. Now, what do we want to put on you? Don't know. Let's see. I'm going to just put that on there, December. I like that. Yep. Okie doke. And that's it. Now, I've got all this out here. I think that's going to be cute. Let's do that. Close my lids just in case they fly off my box over here. And then I'm just making these, you know, just the large tags, just making them rounded all the way around, like it's like a large journal card, basically, type shape. I know that background is super duper busy, but I think that's going to be pretty. So I have gone through and got a bunch of fussy cutting done in the last couple of weeks, you know, just because I hadn't been able to carry on a conversation without coughing a whole bunch, and that's just aggravating. To try to shoot a video and just, you know, just sitting and hacking, basically. And that blends too much. Yuletide Joy. I don't know. I need a long ways taggy bit. That's too wide. Let's see if I got a small one that will fit. Yes, there we go. Christmas greetings. I like that one. Or well, let's do the lighter one so it'll show up better. Let's do that. I think that will be pretty. That one's going on there. Just making sure I didn't put up something that I was going to use. Then I'll be sitting here hunting for it. Okay, so I think we can put that on here. I think that'll go with that. Need something bigger though. It looks awful small, don't it? Everything that I think will go is a little either too big or too small. Well, I don't want to put another big label bit on it. See, that one's a little bigger, takes up a little more room, don't it? And that's pretty too. I did find some blue. Oh, here we go. Let's see. That one's too big, but I got a smaller one here. There we go. Let's use that. I did find some pretty blue Christmas stuff too that I would like to use this year. Don't know if I'll get to it, but you know, got a bunch of blue Christmassy winter type stuff. Oh yeah, I think I like that better. That suits it better, don't it? And you can still see the background, but not overdo the background. All right, so I need to put this up and put us a thumb pull on these two. And even though we only made six things this video, that's 6 more things that, you know, we won't have to make when it comes Christmas time. Just wanted to come on and say hey and thank you all for checking on me. And like I said, I know you all knew that I was probably going to have to go back. So when I went missing in action, y'all knew where I was at. And it's kind of hard to stay picked up on the algorithm of YouTube, you know, with spotty video, and it really is. And somehow or another, I'm almost to 700 subscribers. Thank you all so much. I really do appreciate that. Especially, you know, like I said, where I've been sick so much off and on the last couple of months. I do greatly appreciate the subscribers. And all the new folks, all the older folks that's been here and hanging in with me. And y'all are just so nice. I greatly appreciate it. And like I said, when I first started this, I had, you know, it was basically just me to craft and do my stuff and hold myself accountable. So I was like, if I do a video every day, then, you know, I'll get my crafty stuff done. And it's a de-stressor too, you know. You get so much on your mind and things aggravating and this and that. It is a good de-stressor just to come in here and, you know, because you're thinking about what looks good with what and just playing with your stuff and just clearing your head. Used to, when I was younger, I'd get in my car and just drive. You know, gas is too high for that nowadays, so, so, you know. But, yeah, just come in here and sit down, and usually I put on, if I used to, if I wasn't shooting videos, and I still do once, you know, I've made my video for that day or evening or whatever, and I still work on stuff. Like, I'll get off of here, I'm going to do some more fussy cutting this evening, and then and I run my fussy cuts through my brother's scanning cut, or I would not be able to get anything done. I tell you what, that machine has helped me so much with my arthritic hands and stuff. Because, you know, I would fussy cut just a little bit and wouldn't be able to hold nothing in my hand for a week. But, yeah, that's Brother Scanning Cut. I love that thing. Okay, so now let's get these put down. And I'm not going to do any ink around the outside of this, just because most of the time, and I've been thinking about that, I need to get my red and green out when I'm doing my Merry Mondays, because a lot of stuff like that I would normally put red around it, but I was going with the brown tone, so that it'll fit in pretty much with any journal. So I'll just put that right there. Kind of evened up there. So that's good. And then we got a pocket situation where, like, you know, I put stuff on one side and like a focal point on one side of it. And then, so like this would go in the back side of the journal, that would go in the front side of the journal. Ugh, and it's sticking to me. And y'all, I really love this Elmer's School Glue. I love this stuff. Stuff I put down with it, it holds. And you don't go through as many glue pages. Like, this is the same glue page I was using a couple videos ago when I was doing my stamping stuff, stamping off on it. You know, if I'm doing a collage page or what have you, then yeah, I'll change it out about halfway through, just because, you know, I do run off the edges of it really good on the collage page. But I mean, I love that Elmer's School Glue for my glue stick. And I know a lot of people are, you know, Oohoo or whatever it is. I don't like that glue. I just don't. It's too, well, I mean, like, you really go through that glue. If the smaller sticks that I had, it just caked up on there. Didn't like it a bit. I'm actually sitting here about to burn up because I got my door closed. We just got done eating supper. Did a the pork roast in the crock pot. I'm going to go ahead and peel that off of there and just put it up here. And I'm building up quite a bit of stash of glue pages that we need to decorate on too. Make pockets and tags and stuff with. So after we get done with this other daisy journal, that, which it should have already been done, but I got sick again and was being fussed at by everybody to just quit doing anything. Quit doing anything. I'm like, all right. So, you know, then I sat here while I wasn't nobody paying attention. I pulled out my fussy cut stuff. So I'd run a sheet through, and there used to be a series a long time ago, like I don't even really know how long ago, but it was called Sex and the City on HBO. And I know it is not, you know, anything that you would want your children looking at, but I used to watch that when I was younger. And it was on Netflix, so of course I got caught up watching that. And then I watched the 48 Hours on YouTube. So that's what I've been doing. Sitting here watching that. I'll get caught up watching the TV, and I'll forget that I'm running fussy cuts through. And then when it does like a, you know, a commercial break or what have you, I'll be like, oh yeah, let me run another piece of paper through there. And so that's what we done. I love that. That is so pretty. It's kind of wanting to bow up because I put it on with the glue stick, but it'll dry and straighten up. And those are just pretty. Something simple, just to do a quick video, give you a health checkup, and let you know I am doing a whole lot better. So I'm going to get off here. We'll put this video up so y'all can see it this evening, which will be Monday, the April the 14th, I think it is. Let's see. I'm going to just put that in a, because it is rounded, I'm just going to put that in the journal cards. And then I fussy cut this whole bag of small journal cards from, it's Girl One Art. She had a Christmas bundle of like six Christmas kits. And I bought them during Christmas time, but it's just beautiful, you know, Christmas journal card bits. Just real pretty. All different kinds and colors. You know, you have some that go with the blue and the greens and all of that. Snowy scenes and stuff. So I fussy cut those up. Run them through the fussy cutter. And but yeah, she had a bundle pack. And it was in that bundle pack that I got. So I got a bunch of journal cards, and I finally got the fussy cut of the, who was it? Artie Mays at Artsology. She had a 51 or 52 tag kit she had out this year, and I got it, and I finally got those ran through the fussy cutter. Just putting all of this. This is my my Christmas quick work on pack. Like some backgroundy stuff, some fussy cuts and things like that to get worked through. And then I got my labels. So that's what I pull out every week when I do my my Christmas Merry Makes. So then I don't have to pull everything out, you know. Alrighty, so thank you all once again, and we are going to let you go, and happy Merry Makes. Thank y'all.